In the midst of much confusion, we decided to unify. We won't let the vision die. We know there is a greater purpose. One aim, one destiny, and we'll all stay aligned to what's preferred by Yah. Man keep his hand in the hand of Yah, with woman by his side. Our children will follow, and together in unity we'll shine and glorify Yah. Together forever we'll glorify Yah. In unity together we'll glorify Yah. In truth and in unity. One love, one destiny, one great God family. In truth and in unity. One love, one destiny, one great God family. Yeah, yeah. Nothing will ever come between us. Our bond is tight, doing what's required and what's right. Know there is a greater purpose. One aim, one destiny, and we'll all stay aligned to what's preferred by Yah. Man keep his hand in the hand of Yah, with woman by his side. Our children will follow. Together in unity we'll shine and glorify Yah. Together forever we'll glorify Yah. In unity together we'll glorify Yah. In truth and in unity. One love, one destiny, one great God family. In truth and in unity. One love, one destiny, one great God family. You gave us back to one another. He opened up our eyes and he gave us the gifts of the Yah. We know there is a greater purpose. One aim, one destiny, and we'll all stay alive to us. Preferred by Yah. Man, keep your hands in the hands of Yah, with woman by his side. Our children will follow. Together in unity we'll shine and glorify Yah. Together forever and we can do it. In unity together me and her glorify Yah. Right now and in unity. Together one love, one destiny. One great family, together forever, we'll glorify Yah. In unity together, glorify Yah. We gotta have it. One love, one destiny. Still got the progress. Together forever, we'll glorify Yah. In unity together, we'll glorify Yah. In truth and in unity, I must be fast. Yes, one love, one destiny. Yeah, one great God. Together forever, we'll glorify Yah. In unity together, we'll glorify Yah. In truth and in unity, it's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. One great God. Come on, together, let's work together hand in hand. Glorify Yah. Right now, it's truth and unity. One love, one destiny. One love, one aim. Together forever. Glorify you. In your together. Glorify you. In truth and in unity. Truth and unity. One love, one destiny. One. We bow down and worship you. We glorify your holy name. We praise your holy name today. We bow down and worship you. We glorify your holy name. We praise your holy name today. Glorify your name. Glorify your We bow down and worship you. We glorify your name. We praise your holy name today. Said we bow down and worship you, oh yeah. We bow down and worship you. We glorify your name. We glorify your holy name. We praise your holy name today. Blessed be the name of Yah. We praise you today. Hallelujah. We praise you today. In all the heavens, in all the earth, we proclaim your name. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. I'm so glad you are all here. Yesterday turned out to be a really, really interesting day. Shalom, family. Shalom to everybody that's in the chat. I got trolled like you would not believe. I got trolled. What's up, everybody? I got trolled like you would not believe. It literally took me from 9 o'clock this morning to 12 to get rid of all the troll comments and block all those people. The thing is, I know it may sound horrifying. It really is. But then in the same token, when we're able to bring them out, then I can block them, So a certain subject matters will always bring them out. Number one, if a shooter is white, they will always bubble up to the surface. And another funny thing about them, y'all, the shooter can be Chinese and they will still come in the comment section talking about black on black crime, Chicago, and it was not one single black face involved in what happened yesterday. But that is the common conversation they will bring to you no matter who the shooter is. Okay? The shooter can be a grizzly bear and they'll still come in the comment section talking about black on black crime. I don't have not one. I kid you not. I read through some of the comments that I got. Nigger, cunt, black on black crime in Chicago. I think sometimes all I need to do is just type those words in and I could probably clear all the troll comments out in one sweep. This is what kills me. The people with no original thought are the ones that want to tell you they are creators. And that is the most hilarious thing about the whole thing. These folks have no original thought. They literally all say the same damn thing. And I'm not exaggerating. Nigger, cunt, black on black crime, and Chicago. They don't bring anything else to the table other than literally those words. It is just... Woo, we need some divine justice up in this place. That's what we need. We need a clean sweep of these people for real. But, that's how I always know it's not a black person, because we don't refer to each other as boobs and cunts and body parts. We just don't do. That's not a black thing. We don't do that. They do that all the time. But that's not us. But if there's no creativity in your thought, there is no creativity in anything else. I mean, let's face it, that is the truth. I mean, come on, they've been using nigger for 5 centuries. Their forefathers were saying that shit. I mean, come on, we are in 2018 and they still can't come up with nothing but the same words their forefathers used. But these are the creators, y'all. Woo, I tell you, it is something else. Well, after a while, I didn't even read it. Once I picked up on certain words, I just erased it because I knew damn well they were not black people, because they expressed themselves a whole different way from black folks. A whole different way. It is like night and day. But yeah, it was something else. I got over 70,000 hits on my one video.
And then they come and they say stupid shit that has nothing to do with yesterday's shooting. I could see if you came and you brought a conversation, thank you, Kevin Thompson, and you brought a conversation about the shooting. They'd have veered off into a whole different subject that has nothing to do with anything. And I'm thinking to myself, that's why we don't have conversations with you. But I had to laugh at some of y'all come back at them. Y'all really, I was reading some of the comments from y'all. Y'all really kicked some troll asses in the conversation. I was sitting over here laughing as I was getting rid of the trolls. Y'all laid it down on them, period. You know, they really, truly do not have a strong argument. And the Black people are violent thing is damn near dead now, because after the Stephen Paddock and other shootings, cop killings and everything, that Black people are violent stuff is damn near dead now. We damn near put a stop to that. And as these shootings go on, number one, they're losing their credibility in the world. Okay. Number two, not only are they losing their credibility, I was looking at a lot of the foreign sites on the shooting. Oh, they were calling America a shithole. And they were saying all kinds of things about America. You know, we don't want America leading. America's a violent place. We don't want you leading anything else in the world. You should have seen the stuff they were writing. Yeah. And a couple of them were in the comment section, and those foreigners were coming right back at them. Nope. The most violent person in the world are white men. White men are the most violent. And woo, they were getting mad. But you know what they were coming back? You know what the white trolls were coming back and saying? No, we're not. Black people are the most violent. I was like, See, that's dying. That is literally dying, because whenever these mass shootings take place, it's not Black faces that the world is seeing. It's just simply not. I mean, they can get mad at us and nigger this and nigger that, but the bottom line is, whenever these shootings take place, they are not seeing a barrage of Black faces. They are seeing them. And it's getting harder and harder for them to defend their position. But they took that shooting yesterday and turned my entire comment section into Black on Black crime. And there was no, and that just go to show you, they literally have no argument. They couldn't even stay on track. And ladies and gentlemen, another point I want to make, don't jump on the bandwagon with the hoax argument. See, whenever the shooter is white, it's always a hoax. It's always fake news. It's all this stuff. But see, when one of our people do the shooting, they never come in the comment section talking about a hoax. So don't help them out. Don't help them out by screaming it's a hoax, because they never do that when it comes down to a Black shooter. Whenever a Black person kills, oh, that's real. That's real. It's believable. But as soon as they get nabbed being the one that's doing all the shooting and killing, the first thing out of their mouth is a hoax. It ain't real. It's fake. It's staged. It's this, it's that. Don't fall into that. We got to get out of the habit of jumping on that hoax bandwagon, because they sure don't do that when it comes down to our people. So don't help them out. Okay. So the bottom line is, if our shootings are all real, so are theirs. And another thing, I had a troll come in my comment section talking about why all you do is talk about opioids. Oh man, it really disturbs them that I do these opioid videos. Oh, it really disturbed them. All you do is talk about opioids. Well, you don't have to come here and listen to me. So who's the bigger fool? If you don't like me talking about opioids, then why are you coming to listen to my videos? So who's the real dummy here? And then I had another one post, you're not a reporter. Why are you keep updating this? You know why? Because it was a white shooter. That's why they wanted me to shut up. It was a white shooter. You know, you can tell they are the most fragility people on the face of the earth, y'all. They really are. They really, truly are the most fragile people. But yeah, no more calling stuff a hoax, because whenever our people kill, they don't call it a hoax. They don't. They come to berate the entire Black community and let us know how violent we are and how much killing we do in the world, and we don't do a fraction of the killing these folks do. Hi, CK. We don't do a fraction of the killing. Not even close. We're not even the same arena. And that's the truth. Yes. Yes, Aisha, they are obsessed with Black people. That is the damn truth. That is the truth. Yeah, well, you know, the bottom line is what we need to see. I just pray for the Most High to bring his divine justice in here, because we surely need it. These folks are just, you can clearly tell they love their unearned, undeserved privilege, and they're not going to let this go. They're going to cling to it down to their last breath. And another thing that they come in, you know, the comment section with all that liberal stuff. We don't care about no liberal and conservatives, because up in this bitch, they've both done us wrong. Who the hell cares about that? It don't matter. Both liberals and conservatives all agree with the cops when we get shot unarmed. Both liberals and conservative believe the lynchings were fair that they did to us. I don't want to hear all that stuff. And that's another BS crap they do all the time. You know, it's just a way of deflecting from what their people have been doing in America since they've been on this soil, and that's kill. And it has never changed, period. Oh, they don't have facts. The real Aaron Collins, they never have facts. They think their word, see, it's a I'm white and I say so. That's what they want to give you in return. You know, that I'm white and I say so garbage. They don't bring facts. That's why I never go get them any facts. Whenever they ask for proof, you know what I tell them? The internet's out there. You go look for it. Don't you have a high IQ? Then why should I go look for something for you? Go find it yourself. I don't look nothing up for them. You ain't gonna sit in my face talking about some high IQ, but I gotta be the one looking for facts for you? Are you kidding me? I'm not doing that. Exactly, King Hebrew. All they do is kill. But see, you know, I had to laugh. Like I said, they turned the entire conversation in the comment section about Black crime, and what happened at that high school yesterday had nothing to do with any Black shooter. It had nothing to do with anyone Black. And so far, I want to see the victims, because everybody that they interviewed, I didn't see one Black student interviewed on TV, you know, giving their account of what happened. If they did, it must have been on a channel that I didn't see. All of the students I seen them interview were either white or Hispanic. I did not see, well, whites, many of the Hispanics that I saw them interviewing look like that white Cuban kind of Hispanic. But come to find out, this dude is white. It seems from what I'm understanding, the family that adopted him, their last name was Cruz. That's where his last name comes from. His adopted father, whose last name was Cruz. But this dude is white. He's he's white. And you can look at the picture. That is a white dude. He ain't black. It's a shame, but this is what happens when you don't do nothing about your off balance people among you. Don't tell me you don't know about these people. And get this, ladies and gentlemen, I was reading about his social media account. He was threatening to kill cops. He was threatening to go on a shooting spree on his social media account. We do far less. Black YouTubers do far less, and we lose our channels. Do you know no one ever reported him, and no one ever took his channels down? And he was even on his channel on Instagram threatening cops, threatening to shoot cops, and no one touched his channel. No one touched it. But if we get on here and express our opinion, oh my God, take their channel down. Oh my God, I report the channel. You see the idiocy here. You see it. It is unbelievable. No, if he is Hispanic, he's a white Hispanic. He's still white. He's still a white male. Because you know how they are. They'll talk like this Hispanic guy is something different. No, he's not anything different, y'all. He's white. He's white. You saw the picture of him that I posted in my last video. He's white. Yeah. He had on a Make America Great hat. So he was a Trump supporter. And, and that was another thing. They came in my section, liberal. He had on a Trump hat, to Make America Great Again. Get out of here. Was not a liberal. Anything to deflect, anything. But he did all of that stuff online. All of that online. And not one person got his ass off of social media, y'all. Yep, you're right, Tareen. 18th school shooting this year, and we're only halfway through February. Because I know I did a video back in January, and I came across an article that broke down 11 school shootings, and that just go to show you mainstream media is making sure that those shootings don't make it on and broadcast it out on a regular basis. They're staying silent. But see, because this dude killed so many people, they couldn't keep it silent. They couldn't. You can't blow away 17 people and that's kept silent. He couldn't, they couldn't keep silent on this one. But again, mainstream media did not call him a thug. He did not get called a thug at all, although what he did was thuggery. Hey, your radical home sister. Yeah, he did not get called a thug even once. And there you go. That's another indicator that he's white. I would not be surprised, Jada, if that's the case, where Trump's telling them not to report these shootings. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, and Trump did his, oh, my condolences to the family, but he didn't call them sons of a bitch, did he? Because the players in the NFL just wanted to take a knee. They sons of a bitch, but the shooter didn't get called that, did he? Well, they're always mentally ill. They got an excuse for everything. They got an excuse for every damn thing. You know, oh, it's mentally ill. Oh, he had a rough upbringing. He's a lone wolf, a bad apple. It's always the same thing. It's always the same thing. It is just so pathetic. You can hardly listen to it anymore. Well, it's always illness, mega old school 7-6. It's always mental illness. Well, see, video file 99, that's why I don't listen to the liberal and conservative argument. Because when it comes down to what the police do to us, no matter how heinous it is, both the liberal and conservative whites all seem to agree with the killings. That's why I don't want to hear all that crap about liberals. Oh, he was a liberal. Oh, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that bullshit. Yeah, and you know what, SMAC, most cases, these white parents know their kids are off balance. They know something's wrong with them. And even people in their neighborhood that's been around these people, they know something's wrong with them. It is just like Columbine. You know, even they announced they were going to shoot people at the school, and this is what they turn around and said. I didn't think they were serious. I bet they were serious if they were black. I bet let two black guys make a threat to go and shoot people at a school. I bet you it would have been taken seriously. But this guy was online threatening to shoot people, threatening to shoot the cops. His account went untouched. Nobody got his account off of social media. All the warning signs were there, all of them. You know, and it's just totally ridiculous. It's always the same during these shootings. But see, what really crippled them, y'all, was the Stephen Paddock shooting. That really crippled them because no matter how much they talk about black on black crime, black people ain't never go and sprayed hundreds, 500 people he injured and killed. Okay. We never took a whole bunch of rifles and went to some festival and shot at over 500 people. We just don't do no mess like that. And there's no history of us doing it either. And the bottom line is, first of all, if a black man went through a hotel lobby with a whole arsenal, that in itself would have been a problem. But you see how they let Stephen Paddock go to a hotel room loaded down with ammo and rifles, and they let him do it. They didn't have any problem with him doing that. Yeah, that's right, mega old school. The kids even said, they even talked about him coming back and shooting up the school. But see, they said he was causing a lot of problems. But I bet you they didn't get the authorities involved when he was causing a lot of problems at that school and they had to put him out. But again, if it was a black kid causing a whole bunch of problems, the police and everybody else would have been up at the school dealing with that black student. But you notice they just kicked him out and didn't do nothing else. But he was up in that school threatening people, and he was problematic to his teachers and everything. I don't know. They did not, Marcella. They did not say anything about where that AR-15 came from. You know, they didn't say anything about where he purchased it or anything. But he had more than that. They said he had several weapons and a bunch of magazine clips. So that was not the only weapon he had. But I tell you what, it's amazing. He just walked out of that school with the other kids. He just walked right out of the school. He blended right in the crowd and walked out of that school. And they didn't catch up to him until like 2 hours later. They caught up to him. Well, now, I don't know exactly, S. Wiseman, what they said, but they said he had indicated on, in his social media on Instagram, he was always talking about killing people and killing cops. Now, his exact words, I don't know, but that much has been reported. And like I said, he put all that shit out there, and not one person got that account suspended and taken down. And here we are talking about current events, and we lose our accounts over that. Get the hell out of here. This is ridiculous. No, they did absolutely nothing, Mr. C. They did nothing. Look, they won't even take, what's that, Logan Paul? They won't even take him down. You can clearly see when it's a white male, they do everything to avoid taking their accounts. With us, they don't care about pulling the plug. They just simply don't care. But even him, he's been in the news a lot lately because he's not doing anything. He's doing the same thing before, and his account is still up. They took the advertising away, but he still got his account. And he really don't have to use YouTube advertising. He can actually sign up with any of these other sponsors and still get paid for advertising. It doesn't necessarily have to be YouTube at all. I've even had a few people approach me, but I don't want to go with anybody. No one sponsoring all that stuff. I don't want to do that. Yeah, it is a big joke. It is. You got that right. You know what? The thing is, Richard Copeland, they are losing their credibility in the world real fast. They are losing their credibility. And every time I go on the foreign sites, you can clearly see it. Because no matter how much they go on there talking about, no, blacks are the most violent, and the foreigners will always turn around and say, well, how come we always see the violence coming from you? No, it's you. And they'll go, no, you don't know. You don't live in America. Black people are violent. And they were like, nope, nobody more violent than white man. And boy, they get so mad. They get so mad. Hey, BO9263. They get so mad that they can't get these foreigners to go along with black people are the most violent. Because I see this. I see this whenever I go in the comment section of foreign news sites. Yeah, we've been their scapegoat forever. But I think a lot of people are now seeing through the smoke screen. They really are. It's not as easy for them to demand everybody see us as the most violent anymore. That's weaning away from them real fast. Like I said, I think the beginning of it was Stephen Paddock. That was really the beginning of them crumbling. And this shooting is just making them look even worse. Well, they're not superior. And I think they need to get over the fact that no one is believing that about them. Nobody is believing these folks are superior. It is just simply not being believed anywhere on this earth. Shalom, Taria. Oh, yeah, a lot of people are seeing it now. And that's why they have to keep pushing the Black people are the most violent narrative, because, see, they've been pushing that in the news for centuries now, and it's unraveling on them. It's unraveling big time. And I can see in the responses that they're getting from people that it's unraveling real fast. It's not working like it used to even 10 years ago. And you know, and like Tareen Rain said, there's been 18 school shootings. I bet you none of them are Black. And if there are Black, I promise you, we are not going to be the biggest ones on the list. We will never be the biggest ones on the school shooting list. Oh, yeah, yeah. You know, they're going to push the BIE thing because you know what? They desperately don't want the stigma of being the most violent on them. But if you look at the FBI table, it's no doubt who is committing the violent acts. And it's easy for them to do it because the reason why it's easy for them to do it because they go unpunished. They don't even get punished when they go to court. These judges are white, they're white, the judges just let them go. Oh, you look like a good kid. I don't want to ruin your life. I'll just put you on probation. You know, that's what they get. So it's no incentive for them not to be violent. That's why they're so arrogant and so full of themselves because they got the whole system rigged up so that they don't get in, any kind of problems even when they commit felonies. They commit clear felonies and should be in jail, but because the whole system is rigged in their favor, they don't go to jail. This is why the same person will keep committing crimes. What incentive do they have to stop? None. Yeah, well, see, Ayapo, 3 strikes, you're out was just for us. You're right. That was only for us. It was not for them. That's why you'll see these guys with rap sheets. You'll see these white males with rap sheets, and they just get a whole bunch of probation and nothing else. So what reason would he have to stop committing crimes? None. They don't have no reason to stop committing crimes because they know they're not going to get into any trouble. Right. You know, all you got to do is have some recessive blonde hair and blue eyes, and you don't deserve to go to jail. That's right, the real Aaron Collins. That's really all it is. Well, yeah, well, SMAC, they have a sense of entitlement. That's why. You just listen to the way they talk. They act as if they are entitled. They don't have to do nothing. You just give them what they want because they're a white male. That's exactly how they come off too. Well, yeah, you're right, CK, the domestic abusers, and they don't think that's serious. They don't even think beating a woman, beating on their wives, they don't think that's serious. They don't think it's serious at all. Yeah, I saw that, Sonny. Actually, I'm gonna do that story tomorrow. The cop that got awarded 75 $175,000 because he refused to shoot a black man. But see, we've been saying that all along. These cops are trained to shoot no matter what, especially if it's a black person. They are trained to do that. And that case is living proof of it. Rush Limbaugh, for what he did, Ayapo, he should have went to jail. He should have went to jail, and it's clearly white privilege that kept his ass out of jail over all of that drugging he was doing and sending his Mexican maid out to do his drug deals for him. He should have clearly went to jail. Well, America's pretty much done. America is on life support right now. It is seriously on life support. No, well, I, yeah, well, you know why they're coming down so hard on the black community? Because they know we're waking up. That's why the cops and everybody are constantly coming down hard on us because they know damn well we are waking up. We are not the same black people from 50 years ago. Even when they interact with us, there is a difference in how we respond to them now than even 10 years ago. They get a whole different response from us. And we're not inclined to just jump on their side over everything. So it's changing. And plus, they don't like the fact that this younger generation is not kissing their ass. They are not kissing their ass. The younger generation know they're full of shit. They know their white supremacy is full of shit. And they are not going along with it. They are kicking and screaming and letting them know, uh-uh, no, I'm tired of your system. I'm tired of you. They're not about going along to get along. I think those Negroes are dying out. It's not, this is a new day. Yeah, well, he's another opioid addict. We know what he is, Rush Limbaugh. He's another opioid addict. Oh no, after I watched those comments in my held comments, when I start going through, yeah, you better believe fragility is real. It is real. It is real. We are always their intended target. And my comment section actually unanimously prove it. If the shooter is Hispanic, they come to argue with black people. If the shooter is Chinese, Asian, they come to argue with black people. Everything turns into a black argument with them. It could be the shooter could come down from Mars and spray them on the street, and it'll somehow the conversation will turn back to black people in Chicago and that is the only thing these people can bring to the table. But these are the same people that are insisting they are the creators of everything, but that yet we can't find a creative thought among not one of them. You know, it's like they're on autopilot. No matter who does the shooting, it always comes back to black people somehow. It always comes back to us. Well, see, that's why they want to get us off of the internet and limit what we can do on the internet, because a lot of their stuff is being revealed through social media. That's why. That's why they want to, oh, well, you know, we're going to do this and limit this account and limit. You should see how many limited monetized videos I have that have limitations on them and they all happen to be the videos about them that don't show them in a good light. So it says a lot about YouTube and who's actually screening our videos. Yeah, well, see, people like Omarosa, Dodlin, they are going to disappear. They seriously, the coons are going to disappear right along with them. I mean, let's face it, they are a dying group. They're not reproducing. They are just I'm just showing you those opioid documentaries just to show you how far gone they really truly are. They can't resolve this opioid problem to save their mama life. Okay, that's why I am showing you the documentary. I'm not showing it to you so we can feel sorry for them. That's not the reason. I'm showing it to you just to show you it's an ongoing problem that has been happening for 20 years. And no matter how much crying and boo-hooing they're doing, they can't resolve this problem. The high IQ people can't resolve it. That's why I'm showing you those videos. All you see is a bunch of endless crying in the videos. You don't hear one solution. Not one, because they literally do not have one at all. They know damn well they cannot save these junkies. They can't save them. That's why they're being called the lost generation, because they already know they can't save these people. They cannot be saved. And that is the reason for showing you the documentaries. And also remember, 90% of the people that go to rehab that are on opioids fall off the wagon. So right now, only about 10% of them make it and stay clean. But see, many of them end up dying early because the damage is done. After doing years and years of opioids, they'll have heart attacks or strokes and all kinds of things at an early age and die. So the damage the opioids do, even when they get off of the drug, is the damages cannot be repaired. You know, it's not like they can go back and fix their heart and fix their lungs. That stuff can't be fixed after all those years of being on opioids. It's permanent. Exactly, Ayapo. They can't. They're never going to admit that there is a problem in their group that they just can't do nothing about it. They're not going to admit it. Instead of doing that, they're going to just come and deflect with the black on black crime and all that stuff. Black on black crime is not killing them. Opioids is killing them. Black on black crime is not keeping them from reproducing. Their poor genetics is keeping them from reproducing. Black on black crime is not causing their high suicide rate. Okay, so it's not much of a deflection that they're using in the first place. Okay, so nothing that's happening to them as far as their die out is concerned, it's not pointing to black on black crime. So I don't know what they keep harping on that for, because it is not black on black crime that's destroying them. They are destroying them. The big difference is crack was thrown in our neighborhood. They are going to see doctors begging for opioids or going out in the streets and buying heroin on their own. It's voluntary. Okay. Nobody is forcing them to do these things. They are doing these things on their own. They are sharing their opioids with each other on their own. They are selling their opioids from their pill bottles on their own. Nobody's forcing them to do this stuff. So if they are going through a genocide, it is very much self-inflicted. That's right, Aaliyah. Natural selection. That's what's going on right now. Gwen B, we are not the problem at all. We are not the problem in America at all. Whenever you look at the government programs that are going on, they're on the most welfare, they're on the most Section 8, they're on the most food stamps, and you see their opioid addicts are draining the system by $1 billion a year. We are not the ones putting a drain on this government. We're not the problem. They're just scapegoating off of us like they have been for centuries. They're scapegoating us, trying to deflect from what they are really doing to the system and trying to put the attention on us. And those days are coming to an end. And as these shootings keep unfolding, that black argument is just falling by the wayside. It really is. It's damn near dead now. Exactly. We're not the ones draining this government. We are not the ones, y'all. You can count every black person up in here on welfare, and it's not going to come nowhere near $1 trillion. Not going to come close. We're not the ones draining the system. Now they keep blaming us, but when you go back and look at the numbers, we are not the ones draining the system. It's all everything that they do, they try to throw it on us. And it's not really working out as well as it used to. Yeah, well, SMAC, they're never going to invest in us because they don't really consider black people citizens. This is why they don't invest in us. We're in their eyes, we are not citizens of America. So there's no need in them investing in their former slaves. And this is why for centuries you have never seen them do it. Yep, America is, that's why they took down that the debt clock in New York. That's why they took it down, because when they hit 20 trillion, trust me, they are well beyond that. I'm sure by now it's probably in the 30 trillions. They didn't want anybody seeing all that debt. And you know what else that shows you, Sonny? They don't know how to run a country. If they knew how to run a country, they would never be that far in debt. The fact that they are should tell you, when it comes down to finances, they don't know what the hell they're doing. If your country is 20 trillion in debt, that means you don't know how to run a country, period. They can keep talking about superior and they are the best and the smartest. No, smart people would never be $20 trillion in debt. That's not anything smart. They do not know how to run a country. They don't know how to do it. You know, they're just trying to use smoke screens and make everybody believe they are smart, they're the best, they know how to do everything. Oh, they're just the perfect beings on earth, and it's just not true. They do not know how to run a country. They don't know how to run a legal system. They do not know how to run anything. Whenever they get a chance to run things, they run it in the ground. I just don't know why they won't give it. They could, it won't get rid of their black problem if they gave us the reparations. We'll be out of here. We'll clear right on out of here and go on about our business. But you got to understand, they can't do it. Number one, if they give us reparations, America is over. Seriously, it's over. Number two, they know many of us are going to pack up and get the hell out of here with that reparation money. Number three, they can't survive without us. They can't. They have no history of surviving without us here in America. None. They can't. If you think their die-off is going on now, they will really die off if we take reparation money and get out of here. They're really going to be goners. I mean, if many of us would just cut them off and start just paying attention to each other and our group, they'll be gone in no time. They won't be able to make it once we just stop paying attention to them and making any issue they raise important. You know, that's why it's true when people tell you our unity is their fault. That's all we got to do is unite. We don't have to do nothing else. Unite and no longer give any attention to them or their issue. I promise you, they will fall overnight if we start doing that. And it's not a physical, it's a spiritual connection. It's spiritual. That's all we have to do. You know, whenever they come up with these shootings or any other problem, we just say, well, that's a white thing. That has nothing to do with us, and keep it moving. That's your problem. Didn't a white family raise that child? That's your problem. Who raised that mass shooter? Who raised Stephen Paddock? Then you go to that community and whine. You know, that's all we got to do. Well, see, they would turn on each other. Armina, they would turn on each other if we weren't here. You know, they got to have somebody to subjugate. So if we are not here, they would just turn on each other. That's what they did in Europe. Crime was terrible in Europe. I mean, and all that, that's all that came on these ships were a bunch of criminals from Europe. And these people, they're the offspring of those criminals that came over here from Europe. That's all. That's why they act just like their criminal forefathers. commit all kinds of crime, and you got a court system to get you out of everything. Well, we don't care about coons. They can keep every last coon as far as I'm concerned, Ayapo. They can keep every last coon up in this bitch. I don't care. I don't care about coons. Coons are not going to be able to do anything for them. That's why we don't need to be concerned with coons. Once we spiritually disconnect from them, they're going to feel it. Trust me, they will feel that disconnect and how we no longer react to them or react to any of their stuff when it's going on. In fact, they'll be jumping through hoops trying to get your attention. That's exactly what they would do. If we start ignoring them and not paying them any mind anymore, they'll be jumping through hoops to get our attention. You don't need no follow-up plan. You do whatever you have to do on a regular basis. If you got to go to work and deal with them on that level, you do your job and do whatever you can. But see, when work is over and school is over, you stay around your own. You deal with your own. You don't interact with them and go to their birthday parties and go to happy hour with them. None of that. I mean, you really have to learn how to just cut it off. Even with your children. I know a lot of you probably live in, those interracial communities, and no, your kids got to know who and what they are. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. If we can stay away from many of their establishments. I mean, look at the Papa John boycott with black people just cutting off that pizza. You saw how fast he was crumbling, and now you're seeing it with H&M. So don't tell me we don't have the power to bring these businesses down if we really want to. We most certainly do. Those are two very good examples of black people pulling that dollar away from them. And you see how fast, and Papa John still has not recovered at all. Oh, yeah, they can't stand being ignored. That's my phone. Sorry about that. But yeah, I mean, they can't stand being ignored. They are they are a group of attention whores. That's what they are. They're a group of attention whores. So cutting them off, just doing a spiritual connection will just they'll crumble over that. Yeah, you do what you have to do, Gwen B. But I'm just saying on a social level, no, you don't communicate with them anymore. Believe me, they already know we're waking up. Believe me, they are feeling it. They are feeling it big time. This is why they can't leave black people alone on social media, because they know things are changing. They know it's changing. And number two, y'all, they wouldn't dare do that shit face to face. They would not be all up in your face talking about some nigger and cunt and all that stuff that they're doing online. They're safe behind their keyboard. That's why they do that stuff. But face to face, they wouldn't dare step to you like that out in public. They wouldn't do it. Yeah, me too, Yapo. I wish there was some way that that money could be funneled to our community. That's a very good point, that Black Panther is only gonna make them rich. Yeah. Yeah, well, hey, we don't, like I said, we don't have to really deal with them. We have to capitalize on the fact that we can bring their businesses down. You know, if you weren't inspired before, you should be inspired by Papa John and H&M. That should be enough inspiration for you to know that we can do it when we put our minds to doing something and sticking together. We can bring down these corporations in a big way. Oh, well, thank you, Joyce. I'm glad you're here. I mean, all we got to do is get past this thing of believing that there's got to be some dependency on these folks. I mean, look, our ancestors, our forefathers, I mean, I know the black towns got burned down, but they knew they could not live around these folks and had to establish their own towns. Even they knew they could not live around them. Hi, Regina. Welcome. Well, you can't even talk to them. See, that's why I gave up on interacting with them a few years ago. I used to go back and forth and argue and all that stuff. I did that. I did it for a long time. But I would say like around 2013, that's when things changed for me. And I realized how counterproductive it was going back and forth with them. Number one, you're never going to change their mind. These people were raised to act the way, thank you, Gwen B, to act the way that they do. They were raised to do that. So if you're raised to always believe you're more superior because of some recessive white skin, you're not going to change. That's now ingrained in them. So if it's ingrained in them, it's not up to me to change that or change their mindset. The hell with that. I don't care about their mindset, and I don't give a damn if they never change. That's not my place to change them or wake them up. The hell with that. They're not going to wake up. If they haven't woken up in all these centuries, they're not going to wake up now. Plain and simple. Exactly, Dina. It is. It's like beating your head against a rock. It's not worth it. There's nothing to gain trying to have a conversation with them. And when you get finished having that conversation, racism is still going to be here. White supremacy is still going to be here. The injustice in the legal system is still going to be here. I don't want to even waste my time anymore. Hey, what's up? Um, yeah, so it's counterproductive. I don't even want to get into it anymore because I've been down that road too many times, and the end result, nothing changes. If nothing changes, then why am I trying to reason with people that are never going to change? It's a waste of time. Yeah, me too. I mean, I was out in the store yesterday. I just go in there, get what I want. You know, and just leave. I talk if I feel like it. If I don't, I don't. There's been times I've been in the store and they've said things to me and I'll just walk right past them and don't say nothing. I'll talk if I feel like talking. If I don't want to talk, then damn it, I'm not going to talk to you, plain and simple. I determine that for myself. And there have been many times I've been in the store and and they'll say something to me and I'll just walk past them like they never said nothing. I don't care. What are they going to do? Nothing. Yeah, Shinra, I that horseshit thing was just unbelievable. But that just go to show you, like I said, you can say whatever you want about a black man. You ain't getting not one single black man up in this bitch to get down on no ground to eat no horseshit. Okay, I don't care. Okay, you can talk about ratchet this, ratchet that. You will never find one, even among the ratchet ones, that's going to get down on some ground and eat horseshit. It is just not going to happen. There is no black man up in here that's going to sink that low that they're going to get on all fours on the ground and eat some goddamn horseshit. You ain't going to find one. I tell you what, Dwayne Jeffers, I'd rather be a black welfare queen than get on the ground and eat horseshit. Okay, plain and simple. I'm not one. My family has never been on welfare. But I can tell you one thing for sure, I'll be a welfare queen before I get on the ground and eat some horseshit. Oh, Paulette, just type in eat horseshit and you'll see it was right after the Eagles game. There was a white guy that got on the ground and ate horseshit. This was after the Super Bowl where they tore up Philly. They tore Philly up. And the crowd cheered him on. They cheered him on. A white crowd cheered him on. And he ate horseshit. It is the most disgusting thing ever. The police were out on horseback. Some of the cops were on horseback. And you know how horses are. You move them around a lot, they're going to just start pooping. And that's what happened. It pooped in the streets, and this fool went right up to the poop and ate it. But these are the same people that believe we should be respecting them. Yeah, right. Well, I remember this must have been like around 2011. It was some white girl and some white guy, and they killed a horse. And she took all her clothes off and climbed inside of the horse. And I think they ate the horse's heart. And this was disgusting. And I said the same thing back then. I said, you know what? Black women ain't climbing inside of no dead horse. I don't care. It ain't going to happen. There are some things you will never catch us doing, period. Yeah. And in fact, the video was online. I don't know if it's still there, but yeah, some white chick climbed inside of a dead horse naked. And she was all bloody from head to toe and talking about her boyfriend wanted to take a picture of her inside the horse. I was like, that is so nasty. And they ate the horse's heart raw. They ate the horse's heart. It was disgusting. Absolutely sick. And these are the people that are walking around believing we wish we were them. I wouldn't wish I was them even if I was even on my worst day, I still wouldn't wish to be them. Oh, I know. I mean, no. Oh yeah, that Craig J. You still remember that video? That video got a lot of views out there on Black Junction. That was nasty. Oh, and the spots all over the sheets on her bed from having that pig in her bed was just disgusting. Again, you are not going to catch one sister up in this joint with some pig in her bed. It is just not going to happen. That is not our nature to do anything like that. Many of us will have pets in our rooms and we still won't let that pet sleep in our beds. So, the pet sleeps on the floor, you sleep in the bed. I love my cat Loretta, but Loretta don't get in my bed. She does not get in my bed. She sleeps on the floor. Period. You not a human being in my house, you don't get in the bed. Only human beings sleep in the bed. Period. Yeah, I know, right? But that was disgusting watching that. Yeah, that is nasty. It wasn't just a pig, she had the cat in the bed too. I mean, can you imagine the stench in that house having a pig in your house? How that smells? Ugh, ugh. I'm sorry. Woo, I bet you that house stunk. Well, I guess she got her wish, the real Aaron Collins. Having that pig in bed, that is so nasty. Like I said, that is not something that we would do. That wouldn't even feel natural to us. That's not even a natural thing for any of us to do because an animal like that belongs outside. I would never own a pig, but an animal that size and that big belongs outside, not in the house. To me, that is one of the most filthiest beasts you can ever even own is a pig. That is a filthy animal. I know, Leonard. Woo, I tell you. Isn't that something? Even the most porous, raggedy white person think they're better. At least I'm not a nigger. I tell you what, I'd be one before I want to be any of them. But yeah, you're right. I've seen them own all kinds of animals, all kinds of weird, creepy animals. It's not in our nature to do that, Gwen B. We are just not naturally a person that is drawn to, we love our pets and everything, but even we know with pets we have our limits. In my house a pet does not get treated like a human being. A pet is a pet. I don't go out of my way to be mean to a dog or cat, but even I draw the line on certain things that Loretta can do in the house. I no. Water sniper because they are animals. That's why they are more deeply connected to them than we are. Yeah, but you know what, Duma S, that's one thing. Our kids don't be asking for no weird shit. It's not most black children that want pets will tell you they want a dog or cat. It is rare for a black child to come to a parent talking about, "Mom, can I have a lizard? Mom, can I have a boa constrictor? Can I have that?" You know, our black children just don't do that. I have never seen a black child do that. Ever. I never seen them come and say, "Mom, can I own a spider monkey?" Or anything. Or our kids just don't ask for pets like that. Yeah, my mom said that, her mother raised chickens, they had a goat, I mean, just the normal things you would see in the South. But they didn't bring that shit in the house and made pets out of them and all that. They didn't do no mess like that. But them and their kids don't ask for snakes and spiders and all kinds of weird shit. I remember I went to school with a girl and she had a spider monkey and she would bring it and thought it was the coolest thing. I just didn't think that was a very good pet to have. And it would just be everywhere, all over the curtains and all over the table. I just I don't like that. You can't have no damn monkey on no table that I eat off of. But she didn't care what that monkey did. It was just everywhere. And I instantly knew I never ever wanted a monkey. I never wanted one. But I went to college with a girl and she had a spider monkey, white girl. And I think that's a filthy creature to have indoors. Yeah, I don't think those are good pets to have. And plus a possum is an unclean animal. You're not supposed to be eating those. Yeah, yeah, they let their dogs lick them all in the mouth. See, I'm not down with that crap. I had a dog for 19 years and I never let him lick my mouth. That's nasty. I never allowed that. Yeah, I went to school dark void with a girl that had a tarantula. I know many of you know what that looks like. She had a black and white tarantula in an aquarium in her room, you know? I mean, the thing was cute and all, but I would never, I can't imagine going to my mom and asking for a tarantula. Are you kidding me? I would never do that. Yeah, a lot of animals don't like them. I noticed that a lot. I noticed they get attacked more than anyone else by animals. I have noticed that. I noticed that years ago. It- the vast majority of animal attacks I've seen white people, the ones that get attacked the most. And I had to laugh because listen to this. I was looking through the troll comments before I got rid of all of them. And one of the trolls wrote back to somebody, "Well, the reason why black people don't do mass shootings is because you can't afford a gun or the ammunition." And I said, "Okay, so that's a bad thing? I'd rather not shoot up a school because I can't afford one than actually afford it and go kill people." So I said, "This got to be either a kid or if it's an adult, they are the dumbest adult ever." But see, Always remember, a white man will kill because his girlfriend broke up with him. So he'll go shoot up a business or something or a school because his girlfriend dumped him. Black men don't have that mentality. If a black man breaks up with a woman, even if he's a little hurt over it, he ain't gonna turn around and go on a shooting spree. It's not the nature of the black man to do that. It is just not. But these white guys, they can't get a girlfriend, so they go out and start going on a killing spree. No, our men don't do that. Or they get into an argument with somebody. Now they got to load up on ammo and go kill everybody. If you remember that pool party where that white man shot up all those black people that were at a pool party, remember all that mess was over his girlfriend. Okay, all that shit was over his girlfriend. I just don't see the connection on you going through something personal in your life. How the hell does that add up to going out and killing people? Like I said, that's not the nature of a black man. That's just not him. Usually, if he's got woman problems, he'll either argue with his woman, deal with her, but it is not the nature of a black man to just go out in public and start spraying bullets all around over some issue he's having with his woman. But it is the nature of the white man to do that crap. We just don't do that shit. I have never seen one black man go shoot up anything over some crap he's going through with a woman. The average black man, even if he got his feelings hurt, he'll just go on about his business. Or, he may obsess over that one woman, but he doesn't take it any further than that. A lot of times that break up with the woman, he just goes on about his damn business. He don't care. He knows he can go out here and get another woman. He ain't sweating it. I just never seen black men take things that far over a relationship. I have never seen that. It's just not in our men's nature to do that. Or if they have an argument with somebody at work, it really got to take a lot for a black man to take it so far where he'll go and kill. It's just not in our men to do that. It's just not. Oh, another swirler, a water sniper. I'm not surprised. Not surprised. I mean, and with that swirler, the one where his wife went overboard on the Carnival crew, they gonna find that man not guilty. You watch, they're gonna find him not guilty. He's gonna get out of the whole thing. Yeah, Astarte Jones, that's abortion. Cutting the baby out of the woman's stomach and then stomping the baby. Yeah, it was that they were performing, that was their form of barbaric abortion. And me, I have to wonder how many of those babies were theirs. Did they do that because they raped that woman and they wanted to keep her from having the baby? That's what I'm believing a lot of it was. To be honest with you, as soon as I start seeing that, learning about that in history, how they would hang the black woman, cut the baby out of her belly, and then stomp the baby head in until it was dead, I used to believe many of those were women they raped, and that was their way of getting rid of that mixed race baby during the time of slavery. I really believe that's what it was. Yeah, I remember that Ayapo on Facebook. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we have some weak among us, but it's still not the majority. We got a troll in the house. All right, I know y'all will take care of that. That troll came to the wrong place. Well, the bottom line is they never have nothing new to say. I mean, they come troll and never say nothing interesting. Just say the same recessive garbage that we hear all the time. I mean, they just come around. It's almost hilarious how desperate they are for black attention. Even if that attention is negative, they still want it. So silly. Huh. Well, there's nothing we can do to save swirlers. They're going to go down, with the people they are glorifying, and that's them. So I don't care. We can't worry about them. Well, melanation, that's all they got is the N word. They have nothing else to come back at you. It's just like I said, just like yesterday, the shooting had nothing to do with black people, but they came in the comment section to make everything about black on black crime and all. These people are a joke. They have nothing else to bring to the table other than that. Nothing else. Yeah, well, that's on them. All right, y'all. I'm going to conclude now because there's a couple of things that I have to do. But it was really nice getting together. And I'm going to be planning another hangout on Saturday for the patrons. So just be on the lookout for that. I'll put the notification on Patreon probably sometime Friday. And, so we'll be doing a hangout Saturday for patrons only. So until the next hangout, I just want to say peace to the family. Peace, family. Take care.